Hello everyone. Okay, this is abhishek tiwari. Once again, I'm here to explain you the another lecture of explanation of another topic of the lesson named the lost child. Okay, so students, let us move further without wasting time, as we were discussing the the site of the fair. Okay, how it looked like. So we have discussed a lot of things here. Okay, about the snake charmer, and also the sweet meat seller, the flower seller. Okay, and also the balloon seller. Okay, so we have studied a lot about them now, and also we have studied how they attracted the little boy, the kid. Okay, and how he knew that his parents would not be going to heed his sound, his voice. Therefore he rejected himself his every demand. And later, let us discuss it from here. Okay, so see everyone. And just for a moment I would like to pause here. Students, I'm watching for a long time that you are paying no attention on the videos. Okay, whether it is a problem to you of understanding the video, or is that any other issue, okay, that is being with you. Therefore you all are, I'm not just talking about one or two or three or four, you all are majorly not paying attention toward the videos. Okay, I have also looked back the waves on the videos. Okay, and slightly it rises up to you know 20, 25, 30, almost 30, not more than 30 ever I have seen. Okay, so this is really very disappointing watching you, that you are you yourself creating a kind of disappointing situation for all of us. If it is a matter of network, I may understand if it is a matter of network, but from where you get network, you solve your network issues while just getting the videos of science and mathematics. So really this is disappointing. I'm just requesting you. Really can't order you, but I'm just requesting you to please watch the video or listen the voice, the explanation of this lesson. Okay, this will be really very fruitful to you. I really just want to request you, and this is the last request I must say. Okay, not going to induce you further anymore for watching my videos or just anything else. You are really very intelligent, and you yourself responsible for your ups and downs. Thank you everyone. Let us move toward the topic right now. Okay, so there was a roundabout. Okay, there was a roundabout in full swing. Okay, roundabout, have you seen the roundabout, like a kind of swing? Okay, roundabout, it was in a full swing, which means jhula. Okay, men, women and children carried away in a whirling motion. Okay, the boy was finding that in the roundabout, men, women and also children were carried. Those who were sitting in it, they all were carrying in a whirlpool motion. Okay, in a whirlpool motion. Okay, shrieked means crying, shouting, and cried with dizzy laughter. Okay, and further they cried with a dizzy, a kind of dizzy laughter, means like a sleepy, okay, slippery laughter. Okay, like they are going to sleep right now. So with this, sleepy laughter, they all were shrieking, crying. Okay, while with the with the adventure that they were feeling on the roundabout. Okay, the child watched them intensely, and then he made a bold request. Okay, the child was attracting about that roundabout, and very intensely, very interestingly, he then made a brave request to his parents. Okay, I want to go to the roundabout. Please, father, mother. Okay, he said he requested to his father and mother that to bring him to the roundabout. Okay, he requested to his parents. There was no reply, but this time also, uh, unless the other times, this time also he found no reply. He turned to look at his parents. He this time he turned, okay, straight to look his parents, and their their response on his proposal, on his request, they were not there. Okay, then when he moved there, moved toward his parents to ask their response, this time the boy found that their parents were not there. Okay, means ahead of him, they went ahead of him, they were not with him in the crowd. He turned to look on either side. Then after he turned to look and other side where he was, means toward the roundabout, he looked his parents, turning his face another direction. They were not there. Okay, sorry, either side they were not there. Okay, again he found that his parents were not also, parent was not also there. He looked behind, there was no sign of them. Okay, in every direction he looked, standing at a place, but he found no sign of his parents. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat. Okay, a full deep cry. After that, a full deep cry, with his full strength he began crying. Okay, within his dry throat, means his throat, with that experience, his throat was completely dry. Okay, so with his dry throat he began crying, and with a sudden jerk of his body he ran from here to stood. Okay, from where he stood, and with a sudden jerk, or with sudden motion of his body, or just trembling his body, he ran from from where he stood, he stood, he ran from there in search of his parents, crying in real fear. Now this time he was in real fear, in the absence of his parents. Okay, and he was crying. Okay, finding or feeling the real fear. Mother, father, tears rolled down from his eyes. Okay, he was crying mother and father. Okay, every time, and every time tears just rolled out from his eyes. Okay, every time the tears came out from his eyes, hot and fierce. He became hot, uh, you know sweating. Okay, began sweating, and also uh, fears, fear came into his body. Okay, his flushed face was convulsed with fear. Okay, his flushed face, his happy face, his smiley face, was convulsed, was turned now with fear. Okay, it turned into fear now. Panic stricken. Okay, means completely drawn into panic, or completely drawn into a tension. He ran to one side first, then to other. Okay, he began running one side, one side, then he turned again and returned to the prior side later. So this way he began rolling his legs here and there. Okay, hither and thither, in all directions, means he just tried to search them in every direction. Okay, knowing not where to go. Okay, he began hither and thither, means here and there in every began walking here and there every direction, or it means running every direction, not knowing where to go, not knowing where he could find his parent. He began just running here and there in every direction. Okay, mother, father, wailed. He began crying. Okay, crying. Just calling his father and mother. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. Okay, his yellow turban, the pagdi, okay, the turban which he wore on his head, it loosened. Okay, and later after his clothes became muddy. Okay, means just running here and there, the dust that was that sprayed over there, it came upon his dress, so dress became muddy. Dirty. Okay, having run to and fro in a race of running from for a while. Okay, so to and fro means running. So, having run to and fro in rage, in, anger of running for a while. Okay, he, first of all, he ran for a while here and there in just race. After, just when he did not find his parents in the race, he began running again. Okay, he stood defeated, and later, he stood at a place defeated, as if he lost the battle. Okay, he lost in searching of his parents. His cries suppressed into sobs, and slowly his cries, as much he was crying, it turned into sobs, or little weeping. Okay, so slow motion weeping. Okay, it means sakiya. Okay, at little distances. Okay, on the green grass he could see, at the little distances on the green grass he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. Okay, and at a little distance on the green grass he could see through his imaginary eyes that men and women were talking up to each other. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow cloths, and after he tried to look whenever he found patches of women in yellow clothes. He tried to search his father and mother among them. Okay, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people. But unfortunately, there was no sign of his father and mother among them. Okay, so who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. Okay, so whenever he went to see the patches of the people, the group of the peoples who seemed to laugh and talk. Okay, he couldn't find anything but found them laughing and talking just for the sake of laughing and talking. Okay, just for the purpose of laughing and talking, they were only doing laughing and talking over there. So he again became desperate with this. He ran quickly again. Okay, he ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. Okay, this time he went to a shrine, a place, simply dargah. Okay, simply a place, shrine is, dargah, to which people seem to be crowding, means where so many people were seems to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, means there was a lot of crowd of people at every inch of space. Okay, there were congestion of many people. Okay, many men. But he ran through people's legs, but in search of his father. In the madness of searching his parents, he went through the legs of the people, those were standing in such a massy crowd. Okay, massy crowd. So his little sob lingering. Now, mother, father, whenever, every time, frequently, when he said these words, mother, father, his, sobbings lingered, his, weeping, it lingered to the words father and mother. It stayed at that point whenever he used to say father and mother. Near the entrance of the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Okay, near the temple. Okay, the temple means mosque, or it would be a temple as well. So at that place, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, means men were just uh, just derailing with each other, means takrana. So such a crowd there was that people were just jostling to each other. Okay, heavy men with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. Okay, over there, heavy men with flashing. Okay, means lot of flashes in their eyes. Okay. Okay, so heavy men with flashing, with flashes in their eyes, and also murderous eyes. Okay, sometime murderous, seems they are going to murder someone. And hefty shoulders means heavy shoulders, having hefty shoulders, they were moving. The poor child struggled to thrust away between their feet. Okay, the poor child sometimes struggled to just go through the space between their legs, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movement. But many time he was knocked, going through their between their pitiless movements. Okay, he might have been trampled underfoot several times. It happened that he might have been trampled, or he was just going about to he was just about to trampled, okay, or trodden under their foot, but he escaped every time. Had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice. Okay, here he every time he shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, just shrieked or cried at his full strength, whatever he had. Okay, father, mother, a man in the surging crowd heard his cry. Okay, the crowd that was coming, that are arising toward the temple, between them, among them, a man heard the miserable sound, a cry of the kid. Okay, the highest pitch of his voice he heard. Okay, uh, and stooping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. And stooping, or just positioning with great difficulty in that crowd, he went and lifted the child up in his arms. Okay, so this way, the unknown man, he lifted the boy into his arms. Okay, after that, the rest part of it we will discuss, students, in the next lecture. Okay, so till then, you enjoy yourself, listen the lecture. And again, I'm telling you, finding any problem, you can query, you can ask your queries within the hour provided. So please do ask and do listen the lecture. Thank you everyone, enjoy yourself.